Good evening and welcome to your favorite program, the University of the West Indies and You. And tonight I have with me the real stakeholders of the University of the West Indies Open Campus, Dominica site. We have with us this evening students from the Student Guild. They will explain to you what a Student Guild is. In fact, it is the undergraduate Student Guild. And we will have 4 of them. Tonight, the chair and deputy, then the BSc student representative, and the assistant secretary and treasurer. So, 4 students who can relate to you, the prospective students of the University of the West Indies, who intend to own and claim your university, the University of the West Indies. You will be entertained tonight. I'm almost certain about this. They will tell you how they feel, why they're there, and what makes it so important to be a student at the University of the West Indies more than any other university in the world, because it's our university, the Caribbean University, the West Indies University. All CARICOM nationals will be for us. Let's now take a break for our sponsors.
I'm part of a tough, smart,
constantly evolving,
never too old to learn community of human beings.
proud of country,
Proudly Caribbean, global citizens.
with convenient access to over 400 learning programs
Delivered both online and face-to-face.
from the Caribbean's University of First Choice.
My mind,
My life.
my world of possibilities is wide open.
Call, click, or visit the UWI Open Campus.
Good evening. The deputy chair, that is Aaronia Stedman, and Mr. Dwight Timothy, who is the chair of this undergraduate student guild.
Right.
I give you, sir, the honor of telling us what is the student guild, and in fact the undergraduate student guild of the University of the West Indies.
Okay, well, the Student Guild is basically a body of students elected to represent the campus, open campus students. We act as the main link between the students and the head of the various campuses. We also are responsible for fundraising activities for the campus and for community outreach programs. So basically, that's what it is.
Okay, well, before I ask you some more questions about the Student Guild, Mr. Chairman, can you just introduce yourself? Because that's
yes.
what usually happens on this program. You have to say who you are, your background, everything about you. If you play sports, let us know. I don't know.
I do.
But introduce yourself to the general public. Dwight Timothy.
Okay. Well, my name is Dwight Craig Timothy.
Craig.
Yes, Akim, middle name.
Wow.
I got that name from the movie Coming to America, Eddie
Coming
Murphy.
to America, Eddie Murphy. And your mom thought you looked like Eddie Murphy? Or?
No, that's the name. She loved the movie, man.
She loved the movie.
Yeah,
so she named you after. She should have named you. Guess Who's Coming to America or something like this. There's another movie like that. You know that?
Well, no.
Anyway.
Well, I am currently employed at the National Cooperative Credit Union Limited for the past 4 years to present. And like I said, I love sports. I love basketball. I love watching sports on TV. And I live at Emsall, by the way. And I've been, what would I say? I've always wanted to attend the university because I think that it gives you an opportunity not only for personal advancement, but for also at your work. It helps with job knowledge and everything like that. And I'm the newly elected president of the Student Guild, and I promise to work for the students and to bring empowerment among the students, because as it's an open campus, there's not a classroom setting. So a lot of students at times, you don't even know they are going to UE because you only see them during exam time. So I want to have some activities planned where students can come together as one and let's have a fun time. So these are some of my plans over here.
So that is Dwight from the movie of Eddie Murphy, as he said to you, his mother name. Dwight, I have a little joke, which I grew up with when I was in primary school. I understood a young lady passing, she was pregnant, and passing by a school somewhere in the north, heard the teacher continually asking students to use their margin and do not write in the margin. So she just repeatedly hearing that, she loved the sound of the word margin. She named her child Margin Luis.
Oh my.
I hope that's not related to you. But anyway, that was just a joke.
No, man.
Yes, Aaronia, tell us, who are you?
Hi, and good evening to everyone tuned in on Mapping tonight. My name is Aaronia Stedman. I'm from the village of St. Joseph. I know a lot of Stedmans are originally from Lapland, but I've been brought up in St. Joseph all my life. I am actually 26 years old, and I've wanted to do UWI from the time that I was 19. But due to financial situations with my family, I could not have done it. And this is why I am so happy at present that I can do UWI, because UWI is a facility for a lot of working people. And this is one of the things that us as Dominicans have to empower and encourage people about, because we need to take advantage of UWI because of the opportunities that it have, instead of going overseas to study and then to come back, because you can work and learn at the same time. That's the most important thing. I am newly elected as well as Dwight. I am deputy chair, and the reason that I went up is because I believe that I can make a difference at the open campus. It's not just about learning and coming and studying and getting your work done. Even if it's an open campus, we can come together as students and make activities and make the experience more fun-filled. So I believe that as deputy chairman, that I will help the chairman Dwight, and that I will take my responsibilities to the fullest to help make the experience much better. So that's it.
Well, if ever you needed a commercial, you got it here from Aaronia Stedman. All why she has attended UWI and how long she has been wanting to attend the University of the West Indies open campus, and what it allows her. In introducing herself, she gave us the full works. So I get back to you. Should I call you Eddie Murphy or Dwight Timothy?
Dwight is fine.
Dwight is fine. Dwight is fine. But anyway, Dwight, you were trying to explain to the general listening and viewing public that a student guild, as you are president or chairman of the student guild of the open campus of the West Indies undergraduate guild of students, and you were trying to explain that it's something like a student government, I would think, where you're mediating between the authorities of
the main link between the students,
etc. So you know of all student concerns, and you raise those student concerns. So it's like very much. Did you ever serve on a student council when you were at secondary school?
No, more clubs.
More clubs, at clubs. You had that leadership skill in clubs.
Yeah, Adventure, French club.
Aaronia, did you serve on a student council?
Yes.
Which secondary school?
I went to the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School, and I actually went up for head girl. I did not win, but I was on a student council, and it was a very enlightening. It was interesting because we helped to plan activities, and we had to speak to the principal for students and stuff like that.
Okay, well, you young people usually say that, people like myself, that a deputy is essential. If you went up for student council at Isaiah Thomas, and you were not made the president, I would think.
No.
Yes, but you did, and you were deputy. Here again at the University of the West Indies open campus, you are deputy. So it seems that Aaronia loves that side of position, giving that support to the president or the chair.
That's right.
Yes, Dwight, so can you tell us further, not only your role, okay, but what purpose does the undergraduate student guild at the open campus Dominica site, what do you do? What do you serve? Apart from the interest you said of raising concerns, what do you really do?
Well, we build cohesiveness between the student body, and we, well, like I said before, we represent the students, yes, but at the same time, we want to help the students. During our first meeting, we had plans set, objectives set for the semester, where we want to at least go to some of the business spaces, and like as for assistance where, like what I'd say, mobile learning is concerned, because most of the students now are able to access their schoolwork via their cell phone. So if we can liaise with
I like that too. Mobile learning, that's a new one. I know of e-learning, and email and what have you, and now you call it mobile. So that is Dwight is talking about even getting his assignments on his BlackBerry. I mean, every student has a BlackBerry.
That's right.
Is that correct?
Most.
Or Galaxy 3. Those fancy things, phones.
It's too expensive.
Smartphones. It's too expensive.
Yes,
Dwight. So you're saying that you have approached business center?
No, we are planning to. That's one of our plans for the semester.
Objectives, yes?
Yeah, because a lot of students, like I said, they use their cell phones to access their classes online. So, and most students fund their own courses themselves. So it would be a cost saving if we could get like smartphones as a discounted price for students.
Okay, so you're negotiating for that. One of the president's or chairman initiative is to go to get some smartphones that can help in, so there's no need for your laptop anymore, is that what you're saying?
Well, yes.
How do you do a spreadsheet on a smartphone?
Well, it has its advantages, you know.
It has its advantages. Well done. Now, Aaronia, he made mention, the president made mention of one objective, that is what he hopes to achieve, is to get the telephone companies to have reduced smartphones that can help students in, because what is the nature of the open campus? How do you view the open campus, Aaronia? That's why he's requesting smartphones.
Well, the open campus, as the name suggests, open, it's like online learning, because what we basically, because we don't have like classes, face-to-face tutors, it's an online forum where we go online, we use the internet for our classes, and some of our classes are blending. So the open campus basically is to interact with us via online, for like online learning, basically. So he mentioned in the smartphones is very essential because a laptop is sometimes bulky. So most of us do have Blackberries, and not all of us Blackberries are able to go to the open campus site, because my own can't. So that's a good point. So if we do get phones at a discounted price, which we can access our classes, and if we even get high technology phones that we can open files like Excel files and Word documents, then it would be better.
Okay, great. So you're incurring a little more cost on yourself?
Well, I don't say it has incurring a cost, because we are actually asking for it at a discounted price. So if we get it at a discounted price, or if we get it like for free, that would even be better. And we pay for the service, that would be good, because Mao bus drivers got their phones for free, right? And they wear the t-shirts and they promote Digicel, sorry.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
My God,
they have an association which they promote Digicel, and they have their Digicel shirts, but they get their mobile for free, and they get free credit. So if each of us, you students, at least for every Saturday, we put our Lime shirt on us, our Digicel shirt on, and we get our phones, and we get credit, at least $10 credit. That would not be bad. So I am calling on the telecommunication corporations in Dominica, Lime, and Digicel. If they are listening, that would be a good initiative, a good way to promote their business as well.
Well, I don't know how mapping will take kindly to that kind of commercial. We probably have to be careful there. But you made a pitch for the telephone companies to assist students.
Even
you're within your rights to ask for that. You haven't started to negotiate with them.
Well, we haven't.
But at least that's what one of your wishes. What I'd like to ask you...
before we continue, even along with the cell phone, even gym fees as well, because a lot of students, when they come out from work, they are at their computer all day. Some of them, like, we need exercise. So if you could get like one of the local gyms to give students a discount or even free membership for a certain period, that would be good as well.
My God. It must be said that I brought students on board here from the undergraduate student guild at the University of West Indies Open Campus to make negotiations on this 30-minute program with these two, because we have two more in the second half of the program. But not that. But these are innovative ideas, and it fits very much into the values of the University of the West Indies. I think you made mention of one, of empowering people, but then there are some other values of, can you imagine, the acting head of the University of the West Indies stumbling, accessibility. You made mention of it, Aaronia, where you said that you can work and study and gain a degree. Even a master's degree can be obtained while remaining at home and working with the open campus of the University of the West Indies. Also, our students and our staff have to be agile. That's another value that we treasure. But one that I hold dearly is that our learning and teaching is always student-centered. So what I'm going to ask of you, Dwight, first, and then Aaronia, you're one down in the batting order, but let me have the open bats here and ask him simply, what do you like most and what do you like least with the
open campus?
Open campus.
Well, what I like most is it builds self-discipline because you manage your time yourself, so it also gives you good time management skills. And the open campus, it gives you a different feel from the traditional classroom setting. And well, that's basically it. Okay. And what I don't like about it, sometimes...
Go on.
But I cannot say I don't like anything much about it because so far I've been enjoying every aspect of it though. I forgot to make mention about the program that I'm doing. It's banking and finance. It's now in its third year, and I'm now in my second year of this program.
Okay, we'll talk a little more about that. Aaronia, what do you like most, whatever order you want to take, or what do you like least of the open campus? Is that your first year at the open campus?
No, this is my second year.
Second year.
I'll be third year next year.
So you are both second year students.
Second level, sorry.
Yeah, right.
What I like most about the open campus is the fact that it's online learning and I can access it anywhere. Oh. To me, that is the best thing. I don't have to actually go to class at a specified time. So I can come out to work at 9 and I can do my assignments and I can log in and I can check my posts, I can do my discussions, I can do my work. And I can wake up early in the morning at 4 and I can access a class which was taught earlier on and I can listen to it. To me, that's the most convenient thing. What I don't like, I will not lie to say, is the fact that sometimes it's very difficult to speak to teachers at times. Because if you tutors, yes, right, online tutors. Because if you have a problem with a tutor, according to what is happening, then it will take at least a few days sometimes before you get a response. And to me, that's the most hurtful thing about it.
Okay. Not necessarily in the defense of the University of the West Indies, but I can relate to what Aaronia has just said. That is the situation with online learning, in that there are many tutors or lecturers, e-tutors we refer to them, who are not necessarily staff of the University of the West Indies. These are hopefully competent graduates and usually persons with masters or PhDs out there in the general CARICOM area in the Caribbean. And they are contracted to teach. Okay, they are contracted. They are e-tutors, and they are not like myself. I am employed with the University of the West Indies as an administrative staff. And there are, in the bricks and mortar campuses, lecturers who are employed by. These contractees do not always conform to all the dictates of the open campus. And for quality assurance, we always have to be monitoring them. And I should say there is a process of reporting. Students should simply write to the program officer at the open campus and inform of those kind of problems that are going on, so that there are checks and balances. And the people who make those, create the problem for students, remember, values, strong. Student-centered, we do try to solve those problems for you. So I'm happy that you did make mention of what you like and what you dislike. There's something that needs a little clarification, which, although, Aaronia, you hinted at it, is the question of BBC. Let me explain to the general public. BBC means Blackboard Collaborate. You may be wondering what is that. But all of you know of Skype. It's something similar to Skype. Good, that the University of the West Indies has as a tool for, or a modality, one may say, of teaching. So in addition to just being online, email and information being sent via the internet, we also use the internet to interact, where you can see the person, the moderator, or the e-tutor, or the lecturer, course coordinator, and courses are disseminated in that way. Hence the term blended, a mixture of online and a little teleconferencing, or you may say video conferencing. That is what this offers. And the joy of it, the joy of this, is that, as Ms. Stedman said, all those discussions, all those lectures are recorded. And all you need, even if you were not there to have it live, you then can download and listen to something that took place several weeks ago. Yeah, so that's an advantage.
I usually do that.
Good. So, Dwight, I heard of what you like best and what you don't like, but you seem to bubbly, like almost everything.
Yeah, because I make the campus my home as soon as
you have made it your home.
That's why I am.
Wow, let me tell you, we should probably make a movie at the open campus and have Dwight to act, because he made mention of Eddie Murphy and I wouldn't let him off on that. But you enjoy every moment of it. Okay, your program, you said, was banking and finance. Yeah, it is usually said about UWI that courses are very tough. You don't just, it's just what do you call it? You just line through, and that wasn't talking of the telephone company.
It's because of the diversity in the courses, not because I'm doing banking and finance, that all our courses are related to finance.
Yes.
Like, we have introduction courses where I actually learned about science, medicine, technology. I had to do Caribbean history, economics, mathematics, and even English, because the university don't emphasize only on how you speak, but how you write as well.
Yes.
Even different writing styles. So it really helps to mold you and make you well-rounded.
So it's not just banking and finance.
No.
Okay.
When you're done,
credit and debit and so on. You have several other things. Caribbean history is part of it. Have you been asked to do Spanish too?
Yeah, as an elective, I chose statistics this semester.
Statistics instead. Okay.
What it does is, when you leave, when you graduate, you don't necessarily have to be employed in a banking or finance field. You could basically work anywhere, because you have all the knowledge and skills required.
But tell me, the principles and the fundamentals that you learn in banking and finance, you are in a financial institution.
Yes.
Have you been able to use some of that information?
Yeah, a lot. Even like legal matters too.
Company law.
Yeah, right now I'm doing law for banking and finance.
Law for banking.
And even information technology for banking. That's what I'm doing now, and it has helped me at work with different online programs and systems. It helps to boost even my personal efficiency on the job as well.
Okay. So, Aaronia, what Dwight is saying is that the course he's doing here is relevant to where he's employed, and he can put into practice what he's learning in the different courses, the variety of courses at his workplace. What is the course that you're doing, you said?
I'm doing my BSc in management and a minor in economics.
BSc Management and a minor in Economics. Well, can you tell the public, what does that entail?
Okay, it's management courses mixed with a bit of economics in there.
Is that what, a soup they're making?
Well, it's not a soup.
Mix with?
It's not a soup, and it's neither a broth, but
yes.
it's like a nice pilau.
Nice pilau.
Right.
I hope with back and neck in it.
Back and neck and a little wings, man.
Yes, okay.
So, like Dwight, my first level was basically introductory courses. So unlike him, like he did English, but for banking and finance, but I did English for academic purposes. So because it's management, you have to focus on writing at the workplace. If you have to write reports, what kind of reports they are. And then I did sociology, Caribbean history, all those things, microeconomics, macroeconomics. And it was really difficult because sometimes people think like you're just saying the courses that you're doing, but you have term work which you have to hand in, and then you have exams which you have to sit and write. Okay. So it was it's blended, and I actually like it.
Okay. So it's what you're in effect saying that your program, the courses that you do, you have a lot of assignments, term work as you call it, a lot of assignments, quizzes, continual assessment.
You must be disciplined because you must be disciplined because you have a limited social life. You have to make time for everything.
Yes,
and even sleep as well.
Good. And you would have had mid-semester exams?
I did not have no mid-semester this
time. What about you, Dwight?
No, only what do you call it? The final assessment.
Okay. Well, so you have at the end of early December. Your exam starts?
Yes.
Have you?
They're all clashing though, by the way, so I have to start preparing right about now.
When you say clashing?
No.
Like I have two courses that only is continuous assessment, so the final projects are normally due the same time as the exams. And also I have to prepare for a final exam.
Okay.
So it might be a little bit stressful towards the end.
Okay, so you're still doing term work when you're doing exam? That is what the stress that UWI puts you under. But when you get that degree, you will feel, my God, it is very relevant to what you're doing, and you will feel fulfilled because you have worked hard for it.
That's right.
Yeah, you really have to work hard. And you know, you can't really buy a degree at UWI. You have to work for your degree. That's how I could say it.
Okay. The question that usually arises, because where you from, Dwight? What area?
Emzol.
Emzol. So you know a lot of your Emzol friends may be looking at you and wondering, boy, if Dwight can do it, I can do it too. Have people come up to you and ask about that?
Yeah. Like, I also well, as I'm a second year, the first year students from September, a lot of them came to me with their problems, and I assisted them. I also give counseling to new students as well. Okay. That's privately.
Oh, yes. And you're getting some pay for it. Well, we'll tell the taxman about it. Aaronia, in the next 30 seconds, what thoughts you'd like to leave with the community of St. Joseph?
I would
the whole of St. Joseph.
The whole of St. Joseph. I would like the whole of St. Joseph, not the whole of St. Joseph, but those who are able to do the work, because coming to UWI is not just about making everybody know that you're going to UWI. It's about you fulfilling yourself at a higher level. So I would like to tell all the young people who believe that they can do the work to come to UWI, get engaged in something, and it's positive. And at the end of the day, you are going to have a hard-earned degree. It's not just a degree from another college without any accreditation. It's a degree with value, because you can go anywhere in the Caribbean with your degree and get a job. So I would like to just tell St. Joseph people to come out at UWI and get their degree.
Okay, not only St. Joseph, but the rest of Dominica.
Well, you told me St. Joseph.
Well, we will have these two back sometime next year, 2013, to again sell the university that they love, the University of the West Indies. Your special program. You look forward every third Thursday of the month to be with the University of the West Indies. That's where you should be.
I'm part of a tough, smart,
constantly evolving,
never too old to learn community of human beings.
Proud of country.
Proudly Caribbean, global citizens.
With convenient access to over 400 learning programs.
Delivered both online and face-to-face.
From the Caribbean's University of First Choice.
My mind.
My life.
My world of possibilities is wide open.
Call, click, or visit the UWI Open Campus.
So, you had it. The president or chairperson, whatever name they would prefer to be called, and the deputy chair was just with me of the University of the West Indies Open Campus. It's almost a mouthful. University of the West Indies Open Campus Dominica site, the Guild of Undergraduate Students. We had Dwight Timothy and his deputy, Aaronia Stedman. In a minute, we will be having a change. For the next 30 minutes, we will have two other students who themselves are on the executive of that guild. Jules, who is the Assistant Secretary Treasurer, and Miss Abigail Durand, who is the representative for the BSc students. Now, why we stress that? Because there are other groups of students at the University of West Indies Open Campus. There are those who are doing masters, those who are doing BSc and Bachelor in Education, as well as people who are doing associate degrees, and some do certificates. So the gamut. So we have a representative for the BSc group, and which also would represent the B.Ed group, you may say. And we also would have liked to have had someone from the associate degree, but there is always time, and this program is with you. It has been with you for the past 3.5 years, almost 4 years, and it will be with you many times because you are part and parcel of the University of the West Indies. It's that which is owned by the West Indies, the CARICOM region. All CARICOM countries should contribute to the University of the West Indies. In fact, you should know that the governing body of the University of the West Indies is the Council of Ministers of Education in CARICOM. They are the policy makers. And the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, and so on, and the Vice Chancellors of the 4 campuses, the principals of the 4 campuses also form part of it. And even little me down at the Dominica site, acting head, and Dr. Severin, acting director. We all contribute, and we have to do the day-to-day chore. We are not necessarily policy makers. That is done by the ministers of, and that's why all countries in the Caribbean, English-speaking countries, should embrace the University of the West Indies. And don't leave out Belize. Belize is part of that on the other side of the Caribbean Sea. Welcome, you two, to, have you been looking at this program on the 3rd Thursday? Or is that the first time? You are part of it, you have seen it.
I've seen it about twice.
You've seen it twice in 3.5 years? Are you a first-year student, June?
I'm a second year.
A second-year student. What about you, Abigail?
I'm a first-year student.
First-year student. Well, Abigail, when you come on this program, which is your program, University of the West Indies, and you have to introduce yourself. Okay? So tell us who you are, what you're doing, your role, etc. Everything about you.
Okay. Well, my name is Abigail Durand. I am a first-year student of the Management Studies program. I'm doing my BSc at the UWI Open Campus. I am an active member of the Kiwanis Club of Waitakabuli. I enjoy social work. I enjoy club activities. I have also been I was always a participant in activities in high school. For example, in class positions, administrative positions, in different groups. I enjoy giving back, and I believe that as a member of the Student Guild, I can make a difference. I can help better the student life at the UWI Open Campus, not only for myself, but for incoming students and current students.
And what I should also remark, you see both of them, they're wearing the colors of the Open Campus, this burnt orange. And probably we should have only ladies on this program from the Open Campus, from the Guild, because they do sell the University of the West Indies, as Aaronia did, and now you, Abigail, doing a very good job. Ron, can you outdo them as a male? Tell us who you are, what are you doing at the university?
Okay, my name is Jules. I'm 26. I'm a second-year student in the BSc Banking and Finance program. I'm employed at the National Bank of Dominica for the past 6 years. And
time flies, eh?
Yes, it does. And working hard at UWI, trying to earn a degree and improve myself.
Okay. And by Ron, whenever you come on the program and I'm there, which I'm usually, and you attended the grammar school, you must also say that. Eh? Good?
Yes.
The alma mater. You must always fly the flag of that the DGS. Eh? Good? Very good school. I hope it still is. 120 years will be celebrated next year on the 16th of
January.
He remembers. 16th of January. Which school you attended?
I attended the Convent High School.
The Convent High School. Convent High School going for 150 and more years. You know that?
I know.
35 years more than the Dominica Grammar School. So when we will be 120, you'll be 100 and?
Pardon?
You'll be 100 and? 55. 155. But I don't know if it was really secondary school for all that time. Because we still believe the grammar school was the oldest secondary school. But let's leave that.
You'll have to
we
prove
are talking about the University of the West Indies, which is the gradation from those two very great schools. Before you came on board, let me give Abigail a compliment here, because it's fitting. Abigail was one of them who took part in the debate.
Yes.
You haven't said that, Abigail, and I asked you to say everything about yourself. Recently, Tiani Behenzin, you all know Tiani Behenzin, organized a debate on capital punishment between the Dominica State College and the University of the West Indies. There isn't disparity here because most of the children who debated are about the same age. Abigail, you're no more than 17, are you?
Thank you for the compliments,
okay.
but no.
So whatever you are. But Abigail and the two others were Mr. Dominic Newton and?
Kadisha John Baptist.
Kadisha John Baptist. And you know they were victorious. What were you debating? What side did you take?
We were debating the proposition
that
we should enact the death penalty in the Caribbean, the Eastern Caribbean.
Should enact the death penalty in the Eastern Caribbean.
Yes.
And you were what?
We were proposing that it should be.
You were proposing that we should enact death penalty. Yes. And you probably gave good reasons. You'll tell us some of them. And the Dominica State College were opposing that.
Yes.
Okay. Good. As university students, I hope you didn't put any fear into them. Huh?
No, we did not. They were very confident.
They were very confident, but you won. Okay, so run banking and finance. Is that, I asked your colleagues who were here just a while before you to say, what do you like best, huh? And what do you do not like, or needs improvement at the open campus, University of the West Indies?
The best part about it is how easy it is how accessible it is to, especially for working people. It makes it easier to get an education while you're working. You can work during the day and then go online, log on at night, and access your studies. And the part
you'll have to speak up, Aaron.
Sorry.
Okay.
The part I like least about it is I'd say the campus, our local campus. There are some facilities that we would like more of.
Yes.
And that's why on the guild, that's why we're going to try to work to get for all the students.
Okay. So be they physical and teaching or whatever, what sort of facilities you're thinking of?
Well, for example, a water fountain.
A water fountain.
Something like that, so that we can have refreshments while we're there studying or attending classes and so on.
Okay. A water fountain. And what about, I once heard from the guild, somebody told me about a drinks and eats dispenser. You're not interested in that one?
A vending machine, yes.
A vending machine. Is that what they call it? Vending machine, right? But I don't mind that because I, as administrator, will be making the profit. I'll be collecting the money. Huh? You'll be buying the drinks and the eats. But yes, that kind of facilities, because many times students stay there late at night studying and on weekends. Okay. Abigail.
Yes, sir.
Do you like everything about the open campus? And what do you not like about the open campus?
Well, what I like the most about the open campus is its affordability.
Affordability, I like that.
Because right now...
Why aren't you doing banking and finance?
Because I'm not a banker.
Okay, right.
I believe that right now, in a time where people are scrambling to maintain their funds and make more funds, it's hard for students to actually pay for school and go overseas to get their degree and their education. Whereas after I left college, I worked for a bit, and right now I'm paying for my own education. I don't have to take a loan. I don't have to borrow from my parents. I'm paying for my own education.
Okay.
And I feel empowered by this.
Wow,
I love that I can stay in my own country, reduce expenses, and still get a quality degree.
What part of the country are you from?
I'm from the East Coast, Good Hope.
East Coast. You heard that? All the East Coast people from where? From, who is in the East there? Penville, huh? Penville down to Granby, huh? Tetmon. All of you on the East Coast. You know Abigail, some of you may know her. She came from the East Coast, and here she's saying that the best place to be is at the UWI Open Campus. It is cheap. She is empowered. She can pay for her own education. She's working, and she's doing just that. She doesn't have to depend on her parents. So we should add a little thing to the independence it gives you too, doesn't it?
Indeed, yes.
Yes, and so you feel gratified about that.
Most
what about
definitely.
what you don't like?
Well,
And don't be like by Ron there, Ron like his food. So Ron say you want dispenser and water fountain. What would you?
well, while Ron
Need
appreciates his food,
Yeah.
I am a social person. What I think that UWI could work on right now, and that's why I'm on the Student Guild to make that change, is I believe that we should have more of a student life.
Yes.
Despite the fact that we are an e-learning institution,
Yes.
that does not mean that our students should just stay at home and hit the books, because school isn't just academics. You also need to network and interact with other students. For example, I believe that students doing the same major, they should at least be aware of each other. So in case someone wants to start a study group, or they're floundering and they need help, that they can actually reach out to someone else in their major, or have a mentor of someone in that same group. So I believe that we should organize
Social
new student activities.
events, group events
Yes.
that will, help and support each other.
Most definitely.
Okay. I think in discussion with your president, I did mention to him that you all also want to raise funds. And one idea would be to have movie night. Huh?
Yes.
That's not for people to come and cool out behind the gardens, Movie night in the auditorium. People pay about $1 something. In fact, let me tell you a little secret. You wouldn't have known. Your president, Dwight, said he was named after a movie that Eddie Murphy acted in. So there it is. We could make a film of him and have students to socialize, couldn't we?
We could.
We could. Okay. Any other ideas? What kind of things do you perceive could be done at the open campus to help socialization?
Well, I believe, first of all, that we need to reach out to the students and ask them what interests them. Then from that, what the response we get, we can organize activities that will unify the students, give them a reason to identify with each other as UWI Open Campus students. So I think we could have, for example, I believe that Dwight most likely mentioned the gym aspects. We have people who like to work out. You can use your UWI card to say that, yes, I'm a member of UWI and this is what I'm doing. Or you could say more athletic teams. Or maybe just meetings. We could start groups where, are you interested in singing? Come, give us your voice. We could have talent shows. We could have other activities such as maybe culinary arts programs, or just a chance for UWI students to be proud of their skills and be proud of being associated with this prestigious institution.
Okay. Well, then, as you made mention about sports, I should tell you that the University of West Indies has campus games every 2 years. In fact, there were games in Barbados this year. And one of the representatives from the Open Campus was Mr. Barry Kazim. You know him?
Yes.
Okay, he's the finance man at the campus. Ron, you said you do banking and finance.
That's right.
What I'd like to ask is, have you find what you're doing relevant to your career?
Excuse me. Yes, I have. Yeah, there's a lot of it that's really relevant for especially like the law part, which is I learned a lot of stuff that I did not know before, and various aspects of our daily work.
So it helps you to be more competent in your job by that knowledge that you have gained?
Yes,
okay.
That's right.
And I guess in your assignments there are practice or scenarios that you can relate to in
Some
terms
of
of
them.
what you're doing in your work.
Yeah, some of
Yes?
them. That's right.
Okay. Abigail, what's the usefulness of your course?
Well, I intend to build a career out of this in the future.
Well, tell us.
Right now, I'm actually a full-time student. Like any other student overseas, I am doing full courses. I am
Yes.
doing full studies.
Yes.
So it's just like being overseas, just that I'm in my own country. And at the end of my degree, I intend to use this to
Sorry,
make
just
a change.
remind us, you said your degree was in?
Management
Management
studies.
studies, yes.
And I believe it is a very diversified subject. I think
Yes,
it
yes.
covers every possible base. And I love that about it.
That is interesting. Okay. I mean, you can't take that away from Abigail. I asked her what she liked most and what she liked least at the campus. I'm still searching for what she doesn't like because she seemed bubbly and enjoying every moment of it. Okay? We should put Abigail on a poster somewhere to sell the University of the West Indies, the best university. In my opening statement, I reminded persons that the university is owned by the region. It was meant for the region. In its 64 years, it has taken that mandate of meeting the needs of the region. And the needs are further met by the introduction of the Open Campus some 4 years ago. Because whereas before you had to travel to Barbados, Jamaica, Trinidad, you can stay in any one of the OACS countries and others, Bermuda, Bahamas, Belize, etc., and do a degree up to master's level. We may even attempt to do PhD in time to come. And I should also remind the listeners and viewers that the Open Campus, along with the bricks and mortar campuses, the total student population is 42,100 and something. Okay? That makes it the largest university in the Commonwealth, the British Commonwealth. Next to it is the London Metropole, which I think has around 40,000. So there you are. With the University of the West Indies, large number of Caribbean people. And there are others who come from Africa, Canada, the States, to the University of the West Indies. But that's how big you are, in a big family. And more importantly, the programs are relevant. You enjoy that. Okay? Now, as Assistant Secretary Treasurer, what is your role on this guild? What are you going to impact around?
My role is to work closely with the secretary and the treasurer, and whenever they are not able to fill in,
You will take on the duties.
right? Okay. So the secretary takes minutes of the meetings, and she circulates the minutes, and she lets the students know what's going on. She updates them, so whenever she's unable to do that, I will be there to...
So being a finance man, is the treasurer on the guild someone who's doing accounts or banking and finance?
She's doing banking and finance as well.
So there's oversight and checks and balances. I feel good. Now, Abigail, tell us about that debate. How come you win? But before you do, let us take a little break for our sponsors. Who else? University of the West Indies.
I'm part of a tough, smart,
Constantly evolving.
never too old to learn community of human beings.
Proud of country.
Proudly Caribbean, global citizens.
With convenient access to over 400 learning programs
Delivered both online and face-to-face.
from the Caribbean's University of First Choice.
My mind,
My life.
my world of possibilities is wide open.
Call, click, or visit the UWI Open Campus.
So, we just asked Abigail, because we were victorious, you may say, in you may call it a national debate, where the two tertiary institutions, Dominican-owned, Caribbean-owned institutions, the Dominica State College and the University of West Indies Open Campus, had this debate on Monday it was?
Yes.
It was broadcast, I think, live on Q95, but many people complained about the reception. It was a bit muffled. I don't know if there's bad weather, but they didn't hear it well. I listened to it on radio too. You won, okay? So that is a fait accompli. Tell us, what were the points you raised in that debate?
Well,
Or your team raised?
well, the major points that we raised was that the death penalty would act as a crime deterrence in the Caribbean. It would also afford closure for the families of the murder victims. It would act as a just cause to curb the rising crime trend in the Caribbean, with statistics to prove this. We also added that by the effects of the death penalty, by someone killing another person, that person's family, the economic contribution towards the country, that would be removed. And would it be justice for that family to remain uncompensated and receive no justice? These are some of the main points we made.
Okay. So I guess there was pandemonium because every point you made was applauded, and hence with the judges. Who were the judges, may I ask?
The judges were Mr. Francis Joseph, Mr. Claude Weeks.
So you had Francis Joseph, a social worker, I would refer to him.
Yes.
Claude Weeks, Weeks for commissioner. He's, in fact, Claude Weeks is a prosecutor. So yes, he's ably qualified to be a judge. And who next?
And Ms. Joanne Commodore.
Commodore. What does Commodore?
I think she's part of the judicial system in Dominica.
Oh, she's probably a solicitor. I don't know. But yes, that a Commodore. I know there's a Commodore gentleman who is a lawyer or solicitor. Yes, so you had competent persons, and they felt your arguments really
We're solid.
solid. Did you ever debate before?
No, this was actually my very first debate.
Very first time. What about the other two? Dominic?
They were also first-time debaters.
First-time debaters. Oh, and Miss John Baptist also.
Yes.
Wow. Well, that's a feat. That is to have convinced. Ron, do you believe there is an increase in crime in the region?
Yes, I believe. Yes, I believe so.
Should I venture to say that crime is more manifested among young persons?
It would seem that way.
It would seem that way. What do you think is causing increasing in crime? I know it's not a banking and finance question, but you'll be faced with that. You have to deal with some of those criminals. What do you figure is pushing young persons to have that sort of lifestyle, negative lifestyle?
Probably because they're not at UWI.
But listen, mate, that has currency, what you just said. He said, probably because they are not at UWI. And that is a very sound response. I never expected that one. Any other thing causes you can think of? Well, if they are at UWI, you are saying they'll be active, and productive,
yes,
and helping to improve themselves. So I take that point. Yes.
There's not enough facilities or programs that they can engage in.
Programs that they can engage in,
like sports activities or
yes,
other social activities. Maybe there's breakdown in the families. Fathers are not around.
fathers are not around to set examples.
Right.
So you're in a way saying more men are likely to get into a life of crime than women.
As far as I can see, yes.
Okay. Well, debater, you heard what Ron wasn't debating, but he has his views of what are the causative factors that lead young people to commit more crime. The incidence of committing crime among young people is greater than other age groups. Good. What, of any other thing that pushing people to commit crime, young people?
Well, I can only comment on what I've seen in my own country.
Yes.
And what I've noticed is that we have this great influx of foreign influence. And it promotes a fast life with spending money. And our young people want this, but they don't know how to get it the right way.
You remember the Calypso, do you follow Calypsos?
Yes.
Internet Children, I think that's one of the best Calypsos ever made in Dominica. Internet Children, they want it now, something like that.
That is very true.
Good. They don't want to work hard like Suki. I like that line. They don't want to work hard like Suki. So that influence, you said, of foreign influence and wanting it now, what is driving them to that stage?
Well, in my opinion, there is a disconnect between realizing that to get to that stage, you need to put in the hard work. Because growing up, I was always told...
So if they're not doing hard work, what are they doing? That's what I want to find out.
Well, what they're actually doing is that they're just wasting their time doing things that they think...
Why don't you say it now? The drugs is a major component, yeah?
It is.
Huh?
It is.
Drugs is a major component. Where you see young persons, and usually young men, have never worked in their life, but they own SUVs, big houses, and all kind of fancy things. And you wonder, where's the money? Is there money tree somewhere in Dominica?
Not that I have found.
On the east? You don't think the money tree is on the east?
If I knew it was there, I would have money already.
No, I was fearing that if you knew it was there, it would be at UWI. Yes. But yes, drugs is a major problem.
It
is.
is.
Yes. That drives young people into that life of crime. Oh, my God. Will things ever change, Ron? Do you think so?
I don't know, but I hope so.
Well, you're in a safe house, aren't you? You're at UWI. Yes. Okay. And you, Abigail, also?
I am hoping that it does.
Let me tell you, you're in your second year, you said?
I'm in my first
year.
Yes.
You seem not to want the other 2 years to come. You want the year to be like 1 year equate to 10 years. So you perpetually at UWI? Is that it? Is that how you feel?
No, I wanted 2 years to come so I can start working on my master's degree at UWI.
Go on, tell us more. So you intend to move from the BSc in Management Studies to...
A master's in marketing.
Master's in marketing.
Yes.
And then PhD?
If I can.
Eventually
pursue
to become
it,
a lecturer,
yes.
I would hope.
If
Something
I can.
like this. Okay. They say that lecturers are usually tall, Abigail.
Oh dear.
So they look imposing, right? So you'd have to wear those block heels or high heels.
I'll get the high heels.
But as you go up the ladder, that would be the trimmings to be a lecturer. And I wish you well. Ron, do you intend to remain in banking all your life?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Do you have alternate careers that you're thinking of?
Well, yes, I do.
You do. Well, what I'd like to say to you two is I'm so grateful that you are with me on this program. You are members of the university family, the open campus in particular, Dominica site, and you have done very well. All four of you. Please tell the other two when you see them, okay? I would think they would have disappeared by now, that the four students here, as representative on the Student Guild, have really done a marvelous job in selling the University of Western East, and particularly the open campus right here in Dominica. Be like them. Don't get involved in negative behaviors, and please be like them. Earn a degree. Thank you for viewing and listening. We'll be back with you in December.